Hi everyone. Um, this is the Deuterium protocol. It's basically a uh, a, a secure protocol for group messaging and then with identity verification. So before we get started, I like I made some changes from the original paper that I wrote. So firstly, it is the announcement event. It replaces the rotation event, and then the next thing is that it is independent. The original implementation is based on MetaMask, which is usually like you need to install another browser extension or another service to use it. So now it uses its own key management system, and it uses the Web Crypto API, so you can basically run it on any browser that it that is under a secure context like HTTPS. So if you don't know the events, I'll go over them in the next few slides. So here is the general flow of like for communicating. There's so join, accept it, announce, speed, message, and terminate. So the first event is the join event, and basically in this join event it creates a key pair for signing, and as well as for signing, as well as creating a shared secret for later use. And the user can also choose a username so they can identify them later with like a readable name in a room, a group. And the next flow is the accepted event. And in the accepted event, the creator of the group will verify the signature of the join event that was sent previously. When the verification succeeds, the creator will accept accepted event, and then sending a list of participants to the user that wants to join the group, and then adding the user to a list of existing participants. Also, the users will calculate the shared key with all the existing participants in the group. And if the verification fails, a termination event will be sent later, and then the user will not be able to join the group. And the next event is the announcement I said about earlier. And it have 4 types. It have user join, user status, user kick, and group terminate. It is usually sent by the creator or a trusted member of the group, which is basically like a moderator. So when like in the previous slide, I talked about how after like accepted event is sent to the person that wants to join the room, a user join announcement event will be sent. That is because it needs to tell everyone about the signature that the user joined, and then so everyone can have their own copy of the participants, because it is usually a good practice to not send the private key of someone and then it's for each user to calculate the shared secret key. So they have to keep their own list of participants. And there's more announcement types. There's user status, user kick, and group terminate. User status is basically how this basically it's about the status of a user when that try to join the group. Basically, it contains the if the signature is valid or not, so everyone can see if all their calculation is correct. And the user kick is just pretty simple. It tells everyone that the user have been kicked, and then everyone should remove the participant from their locally stored list. And then the group terminate just tells that the group have been terminated, and then everyone will just disconnect. The next event is the beat event. It is pretty simple. It basically it is sent by the creator and as well as the trusted users to all the participants in the group. It just makes sure that everyone in the group are still online, and then every time that a beat event is sent, someone else have to like the recipient have to reply with the same event. And then with the to field, it contains the public key, the signing public key of whoever sent the event. So to make sure that you have the correct recipient. And then if the participant do not reply with another beat event in, like, for example, 3 tries or 4 tries, like the user will be kicked from the room. And then, like the previous slide I talked about, there's a user kick event, and then it will be sent to everyone in the room to reply to show that the user had been kicked. And then it is no longer safe to use that key to encrypt messages. Okay. In the next slide is this is the message event. It's every message is encrypted with AES GCM, which is derived from the shared secret key, which was calculated earlier by every participant. It can contain so the message can contain a string of message, and then as well as attachments, which can be which is an unit array. Basically, it's like a binary sequence. I mean, like bits, a list of bits, and then it can be like images or files or anything else. And like the message event payload is basically what the event will look like after the serialization. So the ciphertext is basically the message content encrypted with AES-GCM and encoded in CBOR. It's basically a serialization thing like JSON, but it is faster, and it's uses binary first. And then the IV is the initialization vector for the AES-GCM, and then the 2 is basically the recipient, and then timestamp is just a Unix timestamp. And next event is like the terminate event. It's just when the user wants to leave a room, it will send the terminate event to the creator of the group, and the creator will send an announcement event that everyone will that to everyone that the user have left, and they should no longer use the shared key that is calculated with that user. So the code is actually on GitHub, and then everyone can see it. Do you mind if I like show the link? How do I exit?